So this is a little more slow and tedious process here. You'll see why in a second, but we're moving anything that's obstructing our working area, we're moving that out of the way. Find a safe place off to the side, move those things. Now we're going to come back, we're going to set up our towel or a drop cloth underneath the working area. We've got a blind here to raise up, so I'd like to open these blinds first. Pull the string. I always guide these with my other hand just to give it a little support underneath. So as you lift, you use your other hand to pull the string. All right, I'm wiping any cobwebs underneath, around the edges, wiping the ledges. And this is our damp, dirty cloth that's made for wiping this sort of stuff. Our detail cloth is kept separate, clean and dry. All right, we're loosening the screen. I'm going to pull the pin on one side and just push it out just enough so I can reach it from the outside to take that off. Wiping the sill with that same damp cloth. Now we're going to shut and lock the window. All right, we're going to start applying solution. Now these are called true divided lights or French panes. These take a little bit more time. You might want to just do one row at a time, especially if you're in the sun so they won't dry up. But apply a fair amount of solution, make sure that everything is wet. We're going to take our small blue scrub pad because the Techno pad, the large pad, will not fit in these. So now we're just agitating with our blue non-scratch scrubber. Same thing, work your way through each pane. All right, now we go back to that damp cloth. We've checked the squeegee. The squeegee looks like the right size for 2 passes. Ideally, you'll have a squeegee that works with 1 pass. Sometimes on the small windows, you will not. Again, you don't want too much overlap on your second pass. So you want a squeegee that's a little bigger than halfway across the pane. So if it's a little more than halfway, it's perfect. Your second pass is going to overlap just slightly. So now we clear our edge, squeegee across, second pass. On these, I like to work back towards the middle, always starting from an edge and always giving your hand a clear path to close out the squeegee. If you work towards the edge, your hand will want to hit the frame of the window. So I always work back towards the middle of the window on these. Just drying off that edge, that lower edge of the window insert, so it doesn't drip down onto the next pane when I start squeegeeing. I use my damp cloth for that as well. All right, same thing, working across the bottom, work around the lock. A couple more passes here with the squeegee, working towards the middle, wiping that blade each time. That's another good point. You wipe that squeegee blade in between each time so it's not full of water. All right, now we're just mopping up any of that extra water that dripped down. You try to get most of the water with this damp cloth and then go back for the really fine tuning and the polishing with this detail cloth that I keep nice and dry. So you take an index finger, just press that index finger through and detail the glass and try to keep the cloth from dragging on the glass. So you can either throw it over your wrist like I just did there or hold it back with your other hand so the rest of that detail cloth isn't dragging and picking up any water. All right, so this is a lot of fingertip work here. You're really pushing that detail cloth into the edge of the windows, getting any last little bit of water that's left. Checking our work, and we're going to move on to the bottom. I like to lift these up so they're working right in front of your face. And you don't have to bend down as much. All right, we apply our solution to all 8 panes in this case. Back to our blue scrubber. Agitate everything. That gets any bug juice, any really caked on dirt. It just takes that extra step of scrubbing to get everything loose. All right, back to our wet cloth, working towards the middle with the squeegee, wiping that blade in between each pass, wiping the wood off so it doesn't drip down to the next pane. 2 passes. Clearing our edges. When we clear our edges, I like to do the top edge as well as at least the side that I'm pulling from. So always clear that edge of the side that you're going to pull the squeegee from. This time I'm pulling left to right, so I cleared the top and the left edge. Wipe off those wood frames in between. Move to the bottom row. Working left to right again, so I cleared the top and the left. 1 to go. I'm working right to left this time, so I cleared the right and the top. Alright, I'm just going to mop up a little bit of that extra water. These cloths will hold a lot of water, so that even that damp cloth, when it gets damp, it's not time to dispose of it. You can keep using it. I use 1 to 2 cloths per day. I expect you'll probably use a few more, but the detail cloth, we really want to keep that one dry and get a lot of good use out of that. So our orange cloth is going to be the one doing most of the work and absorbing most of the water, and our gray cloth is going to be the one that we go through with that final touch. And just make sure everything looks nice, checking our work. Shut the window, lock the window. One final little wipe there. We're going to replace the blind as we found it. Drop it down. Giving it a little support with my left hand. Sometimes these are a little sticky. All the way to the bottom. Shut the blind. Let's take our towel away. And then we're going to replace the 2 things that we moved away from the glass. In this case, it's a towel basket and a plant. And that's it.